I forgot I had signed on and I was in
Okay.
another tab. So that just scared the bejesus out of me just now.
Okay. You're good.
Okay.
Hey everybody, how everyone doing?
Good.
Just trying to handle a lot at one time, but I'm here.
Okay, good deal.
Professor Snellgrove,
Yes.
real quick. So the lesson plan that's due today, um, so I listened to your video about integrating like another subject in the lesson plan, correct? So I integrated like ELA. So my question is, with that, do you include the standard as well? Like that, okay.
Yeah. You got
But
it. Go ahead.
I guess how would that work with the template per se? Like, do I just add it in
Yeah,
underneath?
you would just add it in as a part of your lesson. You would include that, let's say, in the review of the standards for the lesson that you were going to do the
Mm-hmm.
ELA lesson
Mm-hmm.
or the activity that would relate to that. You could put it in there and yeah, it would just be included in your plan. Yes.
Okay. I guess
Yeah.
my question was you know how like the top of the template where you have to name the standards and like the standard objective, such as, I can, like, how
Yes.
would that go?
You would have to have a either one or two things, either the EQ and the I cans would all kind of interrelate in how you worded it. In other words, it would have something to do with the ELA in there, or it would be
Mm-hmm.
separate, or it could be separate. It
Okay.
could stand on its own.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way would be acceptable.
Okay.
You would definitely list them, though. You would list those. See, I think the way it reads, if I remember correctly, you could have one standard and then have a content standard that would, that you wanted to teach, right? Isn't that how it was worded? Is that correct, Rachel? Am I understanding that correctly? Because I don't think you necessarily, if you didn't have two standards, you could have one social studies standards with something else in the content area, right? In that way,
I did mine with a story. I added a
yeah,
read along with
yeah,
them. I just had one ELA standard that I
yeah,
included.
right. You had a social studies standard, but you had that ELA there. That's all it is. That's all
Okay,
it
yeah,
says.
that's pretty much what I did. Like
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. I know it does sound a little confusing, but it's kind of like on the topic of how we are teaching social studies now. It's more interrelated. Like, a lot of our reading lesson plans deal with social studies topics, that kind of thing. It's kind of interrelated. So it's fine to do that, and you certainly can. And then at the same time, if you didn't want to include any other content standard, you could just do two standards from social studies.
Okay, yeah.
The way I interpreted it.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about that? Is that where we all are? Is that how you were reading it? Because that's how it appears to be. But it is, you can go either way. You could include the content standards or not. It doesn't matter to me. It's your lesson, your plan. And that's all you have to do.
Right. I just want to know where to add it in or whatever,
Yes, I understand. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for asking that question. I'm sure others had the same thing going on in their minds. Let me just continue to check the roll, if you don't mind. I'm just checking to make sure we have everybody here. Most of you are. Let's see. Kayla. I think I saw her. Still people are coming in. We'll wait just a few minutes before we start, guys. Okay, I think there's about 3 that aren't in yet, but we'll go ahead and kind of get started. Well, welcome back. We are continuing our quest in trying to get through this course, and you are smooth sailing right along. I sent out a video this morning, and it has to do with basically APA style of writing and format, and I did that after seeing the article review you did, which was fine. The writing I don't have an issue with writing at all. Everybody seems to have that. But I just cautioned you about the APA style and format that is the expectation of your master level classes. So you want to make sure that you are following that. And with the article review, I believe it's called article review. That's kind of like a review of literature that you would have in an action research paper, or it would be like an annotated bibliography, if you will. So what you want to caution yourself in doing when you set that up is you want that citation to be at the top of the page, and then the actual summary, and then the following paragraphs. So you don't necessarily need a reference page in an article review. If you notice in the actual directions, they put it as, they numbered it, and they had number 1 would be article citation, I believe, APA citation. So when you do the number 2 article, you might want to remember that. I don't need a reference page. I'm just going to cite it at the top in a citation, very much like an annotated bibliography would be done. So that's just kind of news on that front. And there's nothing attached to that video. It is, if you want to listen to it, you can. If you have any questions about APA, I gave out some very good information on a website It's the Purdue University's writing lab. It is excellent. That you can look up any questions you have about APA. Like, I don't know how to do this, and you can check that out. Okay, so we are moving into next week, week 5. So that means 3 more weeks after that, you're done. That's got to be exciting. It is coming down. And this upcoming week, you're going to be working on 3rd or 4th grade curriculum and planning of a lesson plan. So there is that. Are there any questions before we begin today? Any concerns? Everybody smooth sailing? Don't have any problems? Good. I'm glad to hear that. I hope not. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share out this screen with you guys for just a moment. And this will show you our breakout room. Can you see that, or do you just see me? For some reason it didn't. Can you see the screen, guys? It says breakout room with group assignment. Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm showing you this is that when you go into your groups, you will pull up this page out of the module. It's in that week 4, I think. And it is just basically the Padlet. It is the same Padlet that you saw last week. I just removed the comments, and you'll just go back in there and place your group's comments, okay? And the idea here is that everybody shares out their presentation, and then you have a discussion on what you feel is maybe the most engaging or the one that caught your attention the most. And we've still got people coming in, so we're going to let those people come in now. I think we're going to have a full house today. So this is just the actual page out of the module that you can look at. You will need to also, I'm going to stop the share briefly, if I can get back to my page here. You can briefly, let me stop the share. Stop. Did it stop, or is it still sharing? Ugh, still sharing. Hang on. Technology is great if you can make it work. There it goes. Now it's down here. It's just crazy. Hold on just a minute, guys. Let me stop this share. Film. Okay. Stop the share. Now, did it stop? Thank you for those thumbs up. Okay. So anyway, what I'm saying is today it will be a little different. I am going to have you in groups, but I did not attach a group grade to it. So once your written statement has been finalized, you want to place that into your personal drop box. You want to, each of you will have to place the statement in your drop box to get your grade for the group assignment, because the other way was not working. So I'll let that go. And so now we're back to just dropping it in the Dropbox after you finish. Okay. So Jamara, you have your hand up. Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. So the person that typed it in, can we just use the same thing they type, or do we need to type our own?
No, you will, whatever you decide on as a group, as the statement would be the statement you would place in your Dropbox. Does that make sense? Yeah, you're deciding as a group what you're going to say in the Padlet, and you would just take that and put that into your Dropbox. In other words, all 5 or all 4 would have the same answer. Nothing wrong with that. This is a group project. That's why we're doing it this way. All right. So I don't really have anything earth-shattering today to share with you other than let's get to it. Are y'all ready? And I'm going to keep you in the same group you were in last week. So if you liked your group last week, you'll love your group this week. All right. So what is it now? Oh, let's see. Where are we? Hang on, guys. Somebody's trying to get in the room. Okay. I think Jamara got cut off. Okay. So I'm going to start the process, and I am taping now, I think, or I hope I am. Oh, we're all here, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. Okay, breakout rooms, here we come. So hang on. Do it manually. Here we go. Okay, done finally. I'm opening all the rooms.
Okay.
Yeah. So I probably won't get there till probably after 6.
Oh wow.
Wow.
On the move. I don't blame you.
All right. You want me to go first, y'all? Again?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Hold on one second.
Haley, you got your hair down.
Yeah, it was time for them braids to come out. I pushed them boho braids to the farthest, and I was dreading to take them out. Dana there's cute.
That's what I'm saying. Like, very demure. Okay.
Y'all so silly. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, second grade social studies. So, I decided to integrate social studies and ELA. I don't know if y'all caught me and Miss Snellgrove's conversation. So, I added both of my standards. So, basically, we'll locate significant places on a Georgia map, describe how the Cherokee used and adapted to the environment, explain use of local resources, and then with ELA and some of writing, ask and answer questions about a nonfiction text, write an information statement based on their reading. So this is just like a 1-day plan. We'll introduce the standards, the objectives for today, and then of course introduce the map, and then we'll read aloud Sequoia because that will be the main focus for the day. And then the kids will have a map, like a blank map template, and they will color code specific areas on the map and then write about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the closing, instead of like, your exit ticket type thing, they will do like a mini art walk, like an art walk around the room, like what they, what they colored and wrote about those specific things on the map. So they'll just take a art walk around the room and check out the other students, artwork on their map. And that's it. That's all I got.
I think you did. I think you did an amazing job. I like it. If you think about the standards that we do anyway, I think you did great by incorporating ELA, because when we are doing social studies, they incorporate that anyway with the ELA.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that had me a little confused was the citation. I know I did it, but I don't know. We got 3 out of 5 points. I ain't stressing it.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
fine. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So I have mine was a second grade, or the second grade standard. Explain that because of scarcity, people must make choices. As a result, there will be opportunity costs. So the first thing they were going to do is work with a partner to formulate a plan to save for a special toy. They will identify the decisions they have to make and then the opportunity costs for those decisions. And then they'd have a little this or that brain break where they're actually making choices. And then they would do the final activity will be they plan for a dinner from a grocery list provided, and they'll cut and paste items that they want to include for their dinner, and it'll have a cost associated with it. And once they've created that, they'll be given an envelope with money that, of course, will be less than what their total is. So they'll have to make some decisions based on how much money they have and write about their decisions and their opportunity costs. And that is mine.
You still working on yours, Miss Aguilar, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. Let me go ahead and see if I could get my Zoom also share system. Oh, no, wrong document. Okay, can you see the screen?
No.
Oh, this happens to me all the time. I'm sharing. Okay, can you see it now?
Not yet.
Okay, someone else go ahead. I've been having problems all day with this. Let me try to do it again.
Let me see. I can try. Hold on.
Yeah.
My show funny today. I mean, right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me share. I think it's because I got so much stuff up. Hold on. Let me see now. Did it say sharing or anything? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Can y'all see it?
Yes, it's up. It's up.
Okay. Hold on. Can y'all see it?
No, not yet.
It's a black screen.
There's double
Yes.
click to enter full screen.
I don't know why mine been doing this lately. I don't know why. But
Okay, you could stop sharing. I think I figured mine's out, and then I'm gonna. If you want to
okay.
go ahead. Okay, you could stop. Let me stop sharing. Let me see.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. And maybe hold on, let me see. I don't
Close
know
up
if it's
some
been acting
tabs.
funny
Maybe some
today.
tabs open up. That's why.
Yeah. It's slow. I'm sorry, y'all, but I clicked to stop sharing. It's been
Okay.
moving like this all day today. Did it say stop sharing yet? Because I did click it. It's not showing
No,
on my end yet.
it's still showing that it's shared.
Okay, hold on. It's buffering. It's been acting up today. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too. So
Oh goodness. I probably should have stayed on the other one.
if you can't get it open, you could go ahead because it's still sharing. If you could get a screen open, try to open it.
There it go. Did it do it?
Okay.
Okay, there it go. I think I stopped sharing it. It just took a minute.
Okay. So I'm gonna try one more time. I just shared the screen. Now let me click my slide. Can you see it?
Not yet. I think we all.
I don't know why it does this, man. It says that it's shared. Okay, entire screen. Yes. Choose one. Share. Okay, I got it. Finally. Can you see anything?
Not yet.
The internet is moving very slow today, for real. Come on. Okay, someone else go ahead. I'm sorry, people. I'm having technical difficulties over here. This is ridiculous.
Using okay, using primary and secondary sources, including artifacts, photographs, interviews, and documents. The activity was my family history suitcase. So basically, they'll be building a suitcase. They'll bring stuff from home for pictures, drawings, or things they did with their family, and they could just add it all in their suitcase until we made like a yearbook of it. That's what I got.
Okay, that looks different. That looks good. So I guess whichever one we're gonna decide to go with.
Yes.
It's
I definitely like the last one we seen too with the suitcase. I think that was a good, idea.
I do
Um,
too, because
yeah, I
that's an
think it'd be very,
exercise that nobody done really heard of. I would have never thought of that.
yeah. And I think it's very engaging, and the kids will like it also. So I do like that one.
I do.
I agree.
Cute
So,
idea.
are you guys going to be able to type it in? Are you going to be able to bring up the thing because you guys are, or do we just need to put it in? I know we each got to put it in our own, but I guess Letitia or I can bring up the
Padlet.
The Padlet. You two on there.
So should I do a floor map on the floor, or should I do where they go around and touch things?
I like the one where they go. I like the map on the floor.
Fine. I'll just put it all together.
Yeah,
I like
because
them all,
both was still engaging. I think at one point they both are getting the up and moving around.
Yeah.
So a lot of the second graders, like when I was looking at the standards, I was like, oh, second grade teach this? I didn't even know they teach this in second grade. Because I'm so used to looking at the kindergarten standards.
Right.
And not
I had no idea either.
Yeah. They learn a lot in second grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or more than I thought that they learned. You know, I knew that they learned, but what they learn is just more than what I thought.
Yeah. That is true. But like how they say it is really a continuous, like, because in kindergarten we do the American symbols and learning about the, it's like a state. It's going up because like a lot of, we talking about the floor maps, the states and all that. So it all connects in so many ways.
So when do they start like with like I know it's one grade they start with just basically Georgia history. Is that second grade?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that. You know, it used to be back in the dark ages, it was 8th grade. You had Georgia history in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
But now I don't know about now. I really don't.
I so much because I know I was a lot older before I even started learning things about Georgia, but I know they start in elementary school now.
I cannot remember. I just remember I want to say seventh or eighth grade. I was in middle school. We learned a lot about Georgia history.
I mean,
I don't remember that.
We had a complete year of Georgia history in the 8th grade. I remember that.
Wow.
That's all you had in 8th grade. But that was back in the dark ages.
Like I was saying, I noticed I think it's like second or third grade. They do little things about Georgia history, you know, like
you probably
knowing
do.
the flag and stuff like that. I didn't think they did it that young, but they
And it may be like you kind of implying there, it may be a progression. It might be a little bit is released throughout those grades, second, third, fourth, and fifth, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I know that in the 5th grade, they are doing a lot. They cover segregation. I mean, they're covering a lot of that you know applies to. I don't know who this is.
They did a real neat thing at our school. Our school is Pineville in Valdosta, Georgia. And it was a segregated school before it was a elementary school. It was the only segregated high school in Valdosta. So every year, during the anniversary when they went to the Valdosta High School, every grade does a report on the history of it from pre-K all the way up. So I thought that was pretty cool. Because they have some of the alumni students from the high school come out and see the history of it and everything like that. Call it Pineville Day.
I love that. I love that. A lot of good things.
Yep.
A lot of good things.
So we're gonna pick the one that she does the activity on the floor.
I just put them all together because
because both of them was good. It's like a tricky, like you have
they're kind of all like intertwined together anyway. So
yeah, but it's cool. Like how you had your the glow and the dim the lights. That still get.
Did it kick you out your group?
Do you need to go back to your group?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it kicked me out.
Okay, this happens. It happens. Don't worry about it. Hold on. I didn't know. I was in another group and I said, "Oh, you got 2 out. Let me go see about them." Okay, hang on, guys. Let's see.
Yeah.
Were y'all in the same group? Let me look.
I think I was in group 1, I think.
Okay, that was Nakisha was there, and then Jamara. Let's see, was she in that group? You may have been in another group. You were definitely group 1. Let me send you back there. Hold on.
Okay.
Hang on. Did I send you? I think I sent the wrong person. Lord, I sent her a group 1. Let me send Jamara.
Okay, I'm in group 2.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting you there, Jamara.
Okay.
There you go, honey. You should be going back over there. Okay. Let's see. I need to see if. Oh, yeah. Guess I need to go over here to this Padlet and see what's happening. Yeah, group 4's already got it in there.
It keep kicking me out, but I'm fine. We're done out of our group, so
Okay, I'm not gonna send you back. I'm fixing to close all the rooms.
okay.
Although I don't see, of course, they may have already posted. I'm gonna check and see.
She was done typing. I don't know if she did
Yeah,
post
I
on
need to
it.
recheck it because I think I need it upgraded. Okay, well, all I'm seeing is group 4. But hopefully they'll go ahead and get them posted. And then again, mine may not be showing. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and close it because I feel like by now everybody's got their statements written. Maybe they can put it up there fast. I don't know why it didn't show. Let me try this again. Hmm. I don't know why it didn't show. They may be trying to put it up there. Hey everybody, did y'all get time? Did you get time to put your
No, we're
comments on the
working on it.
Padlet? Okay, we'll just wait a minute. Go ahead and take your time. Get them up there.
Yeah, she's working on it.
That's okay. No worries. I wasn't trying to rush you guys, but then again, I didn't want you just sitting there wasting time either. So while we're waiting, I got to share this quick story with you. So this weekend, our little grandson has been here at our house, and he's 5. So I told him, I said, Levi, I'm going in my office and I'm going to teach my class. And he looked at me, and a few minutes later, and he said, well, when are they all getting here? And then I said, well, Levi, they're going to be on the computer. Okay, I kid you not, in a very loud voice as he's walking away, he said, well, find out who rides the bus. He's in pre-K, and he rides his little bus to his house every day, and he thinks everybody rides the bus. He want to know who rode the bus. Somebody got kicked out.
That's funny. Tell them I get them off the bus. I put them on and get them off.
That's right. And children at that age, of course, if you teach that age, they take everything literally, He thought that I was in here and I guess y'all were all going to come over. We were going to have class in my office. So he didn't understand about the computer.
Yep.
But,
Oh, okay. Where is it right now? Miss Neil Grove, when are you going to open next week's work? Today or tomorrow?
it'll probably be tomorrow. Okay. Probably. It will be, I believe it's 3rd and 4th grade you'll be working with. You'll be
Okay, but
planning either or. It can be a third grade or a fourth grade lesson plan, whichever you prefer.
okay, because this week is my birthday and I want to get all my work done by tomorrow,
Yes.
so I could go out of town. Okay.
It'll be up. If not, I'll promise you I'll have it up really quick. It'll
Okay,
either go
cool.
up later on this afternoon. I've got a couple of things I got to do, but honestly, I try to get it out there as quick as I can.
All right, Gemini. I'm a Gemini too.
Okay, yeah, June 4th.
Me. Oh,
June
me and you got the
11th.
same birthday.
June
When is your
Me
4th.
and you
birthday,
have the
Kim?
same birthday, Kim.
When
June
is
My
your
4th.
birthday?
birthday on the 4th too.
June
Oh,
4th.
June
Yeah,
I was
4th.
doing
Wednesday. June 4th too?
Yeah.
We're not crazy now. We're not crazy people. We just don't
That's
play.
right. That's right. You better not play.
Mm-mm. That's it.
I'm a Gemini too.
See? You have a good class, Miss Nilgru.
You
We're
got
good
a
people
good
I
there.
do.
class though.
We don't
Listen.
play. Yes.
I appreciate this class. It was just like the people that were in EDU626 last semester were in. Some of you are in this. I'm telling you, that was a very great class because they were willing to talk to me. They did not just sit there stone faced and say nothing. They interjected and they made the class even better. So yes, this is a good class. I like all of you. You're willing to talk.
We could be quiet sometimes, but we talk when we have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're all great. Awesome.
I do.
Well,
I
I
really do.
think it depends on the teacher too. Sometimes the
Yes, it
teacher
depends on
is
the
more
teacher. Yeah.
engaging to allow you to talk.
Yeah.
Because in some classes, I'd be like, okay.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just trying to get out of here. I hear
Yeah,
you.
that's it.
I hear you. Well, that's not the way this is.
Yeah.
But I guess that I really enjoy my master level classes so much because you people are in the throes of the trenches and you know, whereas my people that I teach at TU are technically on campus are true
Yeah.
juniors, which
They
means
don't-
they have not a clue. They don't know what I'm talking about. Most of them have never been in a school system. Their first class they take with me is 326. And it's the first time they've ever been, many of them, in a classroom. And half of them decide halfway through it, oh, this is not what I want to do. So there's that. So, I just appreciate the fact that you're all in the trenches and you know what you're doing and you pretty much are dedicated to it. And that means that you're willing to take this time to get this master's degree. All right. So I don't know what's going on with the Padlet. I'm only seeing group 4's response. Are others still writing them in or I just can't see it?
Yeah, I'm having trouble for some reason putting our statement in. I'm not sure why.
Weird.
Yes, we did too. Group 2 had the same problem, but we added it underneath group
4.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? It may
looks
be
like
that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, there it is. I see group 2. Well, why don't 1 and 3 do the same thing? If you can't get it just attached to the group you're in, just put it up under there. Iris put group 2. And if you'll just put the number of your group in there so we'll know who you are and then we'll present out. And then I'm going to let you go.
Okay. Let me just put it and just attach it. Okay.
Yes, please.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think it may be something that I looked at and didn't look at it right or something, I guess. I don't know why I just assumed it would work again, but you know how it is when you assume.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong. So there you go.
Okay. Are we only waiting on me? I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
No, I'm trying to make clarification of my group number. Just to make sure.
Okay, who are you? Which one are you?
Kayla?
Kayla,
Yes.
let's see where you are. Hang on. Kayla. Kayla, you are in group 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was off. So someone might have put the wrong group number at the
Okay.
top.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Is group one ready to tell us?
Yes, I can
That's
Group
definitely
us.
one.
tell you.
Group
I have
one.
no problem.
Hey, as long as you put the statement in your Dropbox, you'll be good to go. Okay.
Promise. But
Okay. Go.
yeah, okay. Let me just share my slide. So,
Okay.
and then we'll figure out the logistics after because I feel like
I posted that. Are we group 3 instead of 4?
Who are you, hon? I'm sorry.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren. Let me see,
I was
Lauren.
with Latanya and Michaela, and I'm trying to see Kaylin and Alicia.
You're group 3.
Oh, okay. That was my bad. I'll change it.
That's okay. No worries whatsoever. This Padlet has nothing to do with your grade. You know that. I mean, it just, you're going to drop your statement in there from your group. You'll be good.
okay, I can share now. Yes.
Yes, please do.
Sorry, everyone. I'm having moments today.
It's
Okay,
okay.
so for our second grade social studies, we chose to do standard SS2H1, where basically the students they're gonna read about and describe the lives of historical figures in Georgia history. The first the first part of this history that they're going to be working on first is going to be James Ogilvy and Atamatucci. The first activity is that there is going to be an engaging activity and they're going to act out the historical role play. Students are going to take the roles of James Ogilvy and Atamachuchi in a short classroom skit using props, and that will help them to actively experience how cooperation was shaped in Georgia's founding. Then the second activity is going to be a time traveler's passport, where the students are going to complete like a passport booklet as they travel through time to learn about like key figures. They're going to draw inside of the passport, write, and reflect on each person as they learn more about Georgia's history. And it is going to bring like learning to life in a creative and a student-centered way. The plus that about the passport is because there are a couple more historical figures in the founding of Georgia and other tribes that they're going to learn about, so they'll be able to continually add into the passport, so they can use this as a reference, as a guide for like their assessments, and it's going to be in their own words, which is a plus because we're teaching them, they're using their own words for them to like recall so they truly understand. So that's my activity.
Love that. I love that. And you've also answered a question for another group. The question came up, when do they start learning about Georgia history? I believe here it is right here, second grade. It may even be first grade where Georgia history is brought out. So they're basically using it like steps and they're building on it as they go through elementary school. So that's amazing. Very nice
second
done.
grade, they start with like knowing how Georgia's made first,
Right.
and then they learn about the inner workings inside of each area.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I love the traveler's passport. I love that idea.
Thank you.
And all are very highly engaging. I think they would love all of that. Okay. And I'm sorry, Anthony, what you were group 1. Okay, group 1's done. All right. Can anybody speak for group 2?
Yes, ma'am. I'm speaking for group 2. Y'all bear with me because I'm on my phone. So I'm gonna just show out my slide.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to share my screen now. Okay, can y'all see my screen?
You can see me. Yes, we can see it. It's the syllabus. Keep going. There you go.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. You can click me off, please.
Oh, wait. I don't know how to wait. When I take you off.
Okay. That's okay.
Hold on, I messed up. Let me go back. Can you see it now? But you can still also see you.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry. So we picked mine. It was short and sweet. We did I did standard 221, which is trace the history of family used through primary and secondary sources. So my activity was build a family suitcase. So you can find maybe pictures around the house, things your family did if you went on vacation. And we're gonna build like this history book or suitcase that we're gonna all pack it in. And then when we get to the end of the lesson, we'll have a booklet of all the things that we have created with our family through time.
Okay. Good deal.
That's what I got.
Okay. All right. And that was group. I'm not sure which group that
Two.
was. Two?
Group 2. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now we will move on to group 3. Has three shown out yet? Have
No,
you
we haven't
shared?
gone
Okay.
in.
3, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just going to share the Padlet.
Yes, that'll be great. It's right there.
Okay. So, our standard was locate and compare major topographical features of Georgia and describe how these features define Georgia's surface. So the first activity is there's going to be a giant outline of Georgia on the floor, and each student will get like a cutout and colored cardstock of like a puzzle piece of a region that goes in Georgia. And the students will be in teams and they'll have a relay race to see who can place the right puzzle piece on the right part of the Georgia map. Then we'll do a little discussion afterwards about the region's land features and the location that it is in Georgia. The standard also goes over the rivers in Georgia. So we're going to use the same map on the floor and we're going to dim the lights, and each student is given a glow stick, and the teacher will read out clues about a river and the students will walk over to the river that they think it is and kind of light it up. And then the teacher will discuss if they were right or wrong and discuss the characteristics about the rivers. And then lastly, there'll be stations for each region in Georgia and like touchable objects like pine cones, pebbles, soil samples, things like that. And little pictures about the regions and little fact cards about the regions. And the students will just go through the stations and be able to touch and see and feel things that go along with that region. And they can fill out a little explorer passport and write a little fact they found out during the stations.
That is highly engaging, all 3 activities. And guys, let me remind you, remember, your lesson plan needs to have 3 individual activities. It could be an activity in your opening whole group. It could be an activity as they are sent back to their tables for a small group. It could, as it was mentioned here, you could have a rotation going on with an activity, or you could send them even back after the rotations. They might have a group think tank where they come together and they do something as a group and have collaborative learning. So the point is, you want to make sure your lesson plan is featuring not just one activity, but what? 3 different activities throughout 3 different instructional areas, whether it's direct, whether it's whole group, whether it's totally right there in front of them in a small group, or rotations can work, or just collaborative learning. So don't forget that when you're making your plans, and plan accordingly. Also, I want to make this just known, please, if at all possible, be in front of your laptop, not your phone. You need to be at a central location. We don't need to be driving down the road on our phones and trying to get to class. You need to be stationary in a location when you Zoom. That is a part of the requirement for attendance. And by keeping your camera off during the entire class, you are considered absent. So you do have to show your face and keep it shown so that you are considered present. So don't forget those very important things. Plan your activities around the time of this class. I try not to keep you for the full time. There's just not enough words for me to say to keep you the whole time. So you know it's going to be a shortened class. You know you're not going to be here for the full time, but you do need to be in class present and seen on your computer. And that's not any different than any other professor that you would have. They would all require that of you. And I think you all know that. So let that be a cautionary word this afternoon. Okay, I do not have anything else. Does anybody else have anything? Any questions, concerns?
Just back to the Padlet, can you just let me know you're able to see it? Because I figured I closed the old slide and then redid it again. So hopefully it's posted.
Okay, I will
Thank
check, see.
We can
Yes,
see it.
yes, I can see it.
I have a quick question too.
Yes, Kim.
For the slides, I'm looking at it right now. Do I post the slides under media presentation to class over social studies lesson plan, second grade? That's the 15 points. That's where I upload this one, correct? The slide?
Let me take a look at that for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think, yeah, it's a create one slide. Yes, I think
Okay,
that's.
let me go back to the whole thing and I can see it better. Okay,
I
I'm
did,
looking. I'm looking. Okay,
I
it's in
did,
week
yeah, I
3.
did a statement. Each person, I did the statement for the first one that Miss Aguilar presented before, and the slide is the second.
Yeah, all you have to do is for the individual grade for the media presentation is just drop your slide in there, okay? It says individual grade media presentation, social
Okay.
studies lesson plan. That's where you're going to drop your slide. In the breakout room, media presentation, sharing the use of the Padlet, that is
Okay.
where you're going to do. Wait. Hold on. I'm in the wrong week. Stop. Let me go back. Okay, let's start over. The media presentation to the class over the social studies lesson plan goes there. That's where your slide goes.
Okay.
You understand
Okay, got
that?
it. Yes, I
Got
got
that?
it.
Okay.
I'm submitting it now. Okay, it's
Okay.
done.
And the breakout room is where you're going to put your statement. That's where each of you will go in and put your statement that your group came up with. Okay. And then the last one, hold on. The last box, let's see what the last box was. Oh, the last box was where you watch the video, so you're good with that. So there's one for the slide, and there's one for your statement that your group came up with. Okay, does everybody understand that? You know where to put things?
Yeah, it's done. I just submitted them.
All right,
Okay.
good. Any other? Someone else had their hand up, I thought. Somebody had their hand up? Nobody? Okay. All right. Well, I have nothing else. You will see the information pop up for next week, hopefully as early as tomorrow, if not this afternoon. And I wish you all well. If you do have questions throughout the week, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll try to answer them all. Thank you so much for your participation, and I will see you again soon. You are dismissed.